What's up YouTube, Saf here on SuperSaf TV, and these are 7 reasons why you should buy the Samsung Galaxy Note 7. So as a lot of you guys probably already know, this is one of the best smartphones of 2016 and I really do like it. I'm going to be doing a full in-depth review in a couple of months so I can use it as my daily driver and really get to know the pros and cons. But in the meantime, I'm going to be giving you some reasons why you should be considering this phone. Now, some of you guys may remember a video I did some time ago actually, and that was what is the best smartphone, and in that I basically summarized that you should pick the 5 best things that you really want in a smartphone and then see if the smartphone you're looking for matches those 5 things. Well, this is the Note 7, so I thought let's just add 2 more, why not? So firstly, it's the build and design. This has an absolutely beautiful build and design, and just to think, a couple of years ago Samsung were heavily criticized for their build and design. They were using plastic for all of their flagships, and let's not talk about some of the design choices that they made. Yeah. But the positive thing is they did take that feedback on board, and now we've had some great design devices, and the best of those in my opinion is the Samsung Galaxy Note 7. You've got a premium metal build with Gorilla Glass 5 and it curves over both edges, which makes it look absolutely awesome, and also like it doesn't have a bezel at all. Now what's actually interesting is that although this has a 5.7-inch display, it's actually smaller both in terms of the height and width compared to the iPhone 6s Plus, which has a 5.5-inch display. So this just goes to show that how Samsung have packed this size screen in this smaller form factor, which is actually very comfortable to hold because of the symmetrical design. So in terms of large smartphones, I'll tell you right now, this is the most comfortable to hold. And speaking of that large screen size, that brings me on to point number 2, which is the display. This is the best display out there right now on any smartphone. You've got Quad HD with Super AMOLED technology, so you've got some great colors, very deep blacks. This gets super bright and it also gets super dull. You've also got a blue light filter, so if you are somebody like me who stays up till stupid o'clock looking at your phone for whatever reason and this is affecting your eyes, then you can switch on the blue light filter, and that's going to really make it easier on the eyes. And with that display, you want to be looking at some quality content, and you can do that with these cameras. So that's my point number 3. You've got some awesome cameras on here. Yes, they are the same as the S7 and S7 Edge, but that's not a bad thing because the S7 and S7 Edge already had some of the best smartphone cameras out there. I'd personally say the best. You've got a 12 megapixel rear-facing camera with optical image stabilization, as well as dual pixel autofocus, which is the fastest that I've tested on any smartphone, and it takes some great quality images both from the rear and front facing camera because you've got a nice wide angle front facing camera. For those control freaks out there who like a little bit more control, you also got manual mode, so both for video and photos, which is absolutely awesome. Now where are you going to be storing all of those images? Well, that brings me on to point number 4, which is the storage of this device. You've got 64 gigabytes as a base. I think this is probably one of the only, if not the only, flagship smartphone out there which starts at 64 gigabytes. Now this is in a world where certain manufacturers are still giving us 16 gigabytes as a base model. Yes, I'm talking to you, Apple. Now 64 gigabytes as a base is going to be plenty for most people, but if that's not enough, then you've also got expandable storage. So you've got a micro SD card slot and you can expand that storage further, so you're going to have no problems whatsoever in terms of the storage. Now reason number 5 why you should buy the Samsung Galaxy Note 7 is because of this thing. This is not to pick your nose, although some people might use it for that. It's the S Pen. The S Pen is great this year. Previous years, not many people used the S Pen. I actually know lots of people who had the Note devices because of the larger screen and all the features, but the S Pen they actually never took out. Now you've actually got some great features which I really like. For instance, you can just take a memo note on the AlwaysOn display and it'll always be on there. I'm just going to do some little doodles here. Look at that. Awesome. Masterpiece. Anyway, I really should not have a coffee before I make a video. But the AlwaysOn display means you can keep a reminder on there and it will stay on screen. So if there's something important that you definitely don't want to miss, it'll be on there permanently and you can just see it, and until you actually action it off, it will stay there on the AlwaysOn display. I absolutely love this feature. There's lots of other features, but my other favorite is making GIFs. Everybody likes making GIFs. Now I know some of you call them GIFs, but whatever. GIFs, GIFs, I don't care. They are awesome, and especially on Twitter, you can share your GIFs from videos. You can just select the area that you want. You've got that precision because of the S Pen, and this is an absolutely awesome feature. I'm surprised not many manufacturers jumped onto this before. Now, my point number 6 is water and dust resistance. So even though you've got an S Pen which comes out, that is also water and dust resistant. So if you're going to be getting some water on there, we know we've all heard those horror stories of people dropping their phones in the toilets. I've never done that actually, thankfully. Hopefully I won't do that. But if you are somebody who drops your phone in the toilet, I don't know how, then you don't have to worry. You can just clean it up and then you can carry on using it, and that's something that's an absolutely awesome feature on the Note 7. For me personally, I just love that I can just run this down the tap. So if I go outside and maybe I've got some fingerprints over it, or it's getting really kind of muggy, then I can just put this on the tap, give it a nice clean, and there it is fresh. No worries about messing it up. Now, my final reason, there's lots of other reasons, but something that's quite important to me is fast charging as well as fast wireless charging. You've got USB Type-C on here, but you've still got fast charging. So if you need a quick top up when you go outside, that's available. You've also got fast wireless charging. There's not many devices out there with fast wireless charging. Now, in terms of the battery life, I am gonna have to use the Note 7 more over the coming weeks. I think it's too early to tell how good the battery life is. So far, it's been okay, not amazing, but the fact that I can quickly get a top up whenever I need is really, really awesome. Now, other features some of you guys may like, such as the iris scanner, which actually works really well. You've got the fingerprint scanner. You've also got a secure folder. There's loads of these other features, but those were my top 7. Those are the reasons why I choose to have the Samsung Galaxy Note 7 as my daily driver. What are your reasons? Drop me a comment below and let me know your thoughts. I hope you enjoyed this video and found it useful. If you did, then please do hit that thumbs up button for me. It really does help me out. A quick thanks to Car From Warehouse for hooking me up with the Samsung Galaxy Note 7. I've got some challenges with them, which I'll link to in the description below. Do definitely check those out. And if you haven't already, then be sure to subscribe. I've got lots more content with the Samsung Galaxy Note 7 and plenty of other devices coming up. So make sure you have subscribed. Thanks for watching. This is Saf on SuperSaf TV, and I'll see you next time. Let's doodle. What should we draw?